Hey, what is up everybody? It's Animac here for AnimeUproar, and today I will be breaking down the latest developments in the direct sequel to the 7 Deadly Sins, the 4 Knights of the Apocalypse. The identity of the 4 Knights has just been confirmed for at least 3 of them, although we have a pretty good guess about who the 4th one is as well. Not only that, but Percival's epic magic was just revealed, and it was heavily implied that King Arthur and Merlin might be evil now. I mean, I highly doubt it, but that seems to be where the story wants to lead us. And we even saw a return of chaos power. Oh man, there is so much to talk about, so let's get into it. If you enjoyed the 7 Deadly Sins and Knights of the Apocalypse content on this channel and you want to see more, please leave a like and comment. It really does help. And I'm not just saying that, the way that YouTube works, if you like and comment, you are supporting this video in the YouTube algorithm. And of course, if you are new to AnimeUproar, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications. Unless you do that right now, you're gonna miss a lot of our videos in the future. Finally, this video will of course contain 4 Knights of the Apocalypse manga spoilers, so please proceed with caution, you have been warned. Okay, so I covered the first 3 chapters of the sequel manga in 2 previous videos, so if you haven't seen those, I will link them down in the description and in the pinned comment. In this video, I will be covering all the twists and turns from chapters 4 through 6, which were definitely the most exciting chapters yet. I may have to bundle multiple chapters in a single video just because we are covering so many different series here on the channel on a weekly basis, and sometimes I just run out of time. But whenever there is a really big chapter, I will definitely cover it right away, so stay tuned. First up, let's talk about Percival's hidden magic, which was revealed for the first time in chapters 3 and 4. Percival did not even realize that he had any magic, but during his battle against Pelgart, something awoke inside of him. And then, a strange magic power began to flow around his fists. Pelgart is fascinated by this magic and he wants to learn more about it, but Percival is more shocked than anyone that this magic suddenly appeared. So he couldn't really explain what's going on even if he wanted to. Whatever Percival's magic is, it is definitely extremely strong. As soon as it makes contact with Pelgart, it sends him flying and crashing to the ground. But it turns out that Pelgart has been holding back this entire time, and now he finally begins to show Percival some of his own true power. The Black Knight Pelgart can use powerful fire magic to shoot fireballs at his opponents, and he soon creates a deadly inferno that Percival is forced to dodge over and over again. I have to say that this battle between Percival and Pelgart is actually really good, so I definitely recommend checking out the whole thing. The manga is available on Crunchyroll in their manga section, and it comes out weekly. So if you're a Crunchyroll member, you already have access to the manga and to its official translations. This is not a sponsored video, I'm just giving you guys a heads up. Pelgart manages to engulf Percival's entire body with his flames, and it doesn't look good for Percival as his body begins to burn up. But then, Percival manages to extend his magic energy from just his fists to the rest of his body. Essentially, he envelops himself in his own magic, and this provides a defensive coating against Pelgart's flames. Percival then reveals another aspect of his magic. A bunch of cute little chibi golems of Percival begin to emerge out of his magical energy, and they all start swarming Pelgart. It doesn't seem like Percival is using these magic abilities consciously. This appears to be like an instinctual response. The little golems seem to understand that Pelgart's flame attack will be undone if they can restrain his arms, and that is exactly what they proceed to do. With the flame spell undone, Percival is now free, but his body is severely burned. Pelgart believes that Percival has already been defeated due to the extent of his injuries. But then, suddenly, Percival's magic begins to heal his body. Pelgart is shocked by how overpowered Percival's magic is. And eventually he comes to the conclusion that the type of magic that Percival possesses is an extremely rare 1 in a million magic called hero type magic. Pelgart realizes that if he possesses such an incredible magic type, then Percival might be one of the prophesized 4 Knights of the Apocalypse. And in chapter 5, this is indeed confirmed. Pelgart admits that Percival is extremely strong, especially since he learned to control his magic so quickly after it appeared, but as it turns out, Pelgart was pulling a Frieza the whole time.
Final form my ass!
He wasn't even using half of his full power, and Donnie tells Percival to just run away because he has no real chance of winning. Donnie even tries to buy Percival some time by using his magic to force Pelgart to levitate. But Pelgart's fire magic overwhelms the levitation and nearly burns down the entire village in the process. Just as it looks like both Donnie and Percival are about to be taken down by Pelgart, that strange fox shows up once again. And what's more, the fox is dragging Percival's bag behind it. The fox then uses some sort of magic ball, a cursed ball, to teleport itself, Percival, and Donnie away from the Black Knight. The three of them find themselves on top of a dragon's spine. These look to be the skeletal remains of some massive ancient dragon. Donnie says that he's seen this spine before, and that it is located like 30 miles away from the village. Percival wants to return to the village and protect everyone from Pelgart, but then that fox begins to speak. The fox tells Percival not to be an idiot, and he says that Pelgart wants Percival and Donnie, so now that the two of them are gone, he won't bother anyone else inside the village. Both Percival and Donnie are shocked that an animal can talk, but the fox doesn't even bother explaining why it can speak. It just tells Percival that he has to follow him because Pelgart doesn't even know where his father is anyway, so Pelgart can't really help him. The fox then says something crazy. Apparently, both Pelgart and Ironside serve an evil king. And as the fox says this, the image of this evil king that we see is clearly an image of King Arthur. Whoa, like what? King Arthur is evil now? That would be a pretty insane twist, but I don't think it's true. I mean, for one thing, we know Arthur, and he would never willingly become evil. And we also know that back on God's finger, Ironside had said something about betraying King Arthur. So, I'm thinking that maybe these holy knights betrayed the real King Arthur and either replaced him with some fake king who is evil, or they cast some sort of possession spell on Arthur and turned him evil against his will. Either way though, if Merlin is still with Arthur, I find it difficult to believe that anyone would have been able to manipulate him. So yeah, all of this is highly sus. What in the world happened to Merlin if these holy knights managed to pull one over on Arthur? This is getting very interesting right about now, and I can't wait to find out more. The fox then reveals that because of that prophecy, the holy knights are determined to locate and eradicate the 4 Knights of the Apocalypse. But this legendary group of knights hasn't even been formed yet. They are prophesized to appear in the future, and the holy knights want to take them out before they ever get a chance to fulfill the prophecy. We then see an image of the 4 Knights of the Apocalypse, and it is clear that Percival is the Knight of Death. Lancelot is the Knight of War, Tristan is the Knight of Plague, and the 4th Knight, the Knight of Starvation, is still unknown technically, but it's most likely the child of King and Diane. Allegedly, these 4 Knights of the Apocalypse will one day destroy the whole world by releasing their plagues upon it. But as I said before, that prophecy is probably highly misleading. These 4 knights are definitely the good guys, the heroes of the story, and the fact that the shady holy knights are after them only proves that point further. And so we arrive at chapter 6, which makes everything even crazier by revealing the dark truth about Camelot. As we know, Camelot was destroyed during the final arcs of the 7 Deadly Sins manga, and so at the end of the series, Arthur set out to rebuild his kingdom. But as it turns out, 16 years later, Camelot is not what we thought it would be. It seems that Camelot is now inside a strange gravity-defying space created by the power of chaos. And to top that off, it seems to be guarded by gigantic demonic beings. Pelgart enters this chaotic realm in order to meet with the other holy knights. They have all been summoned because a new prophecy about the 4 Knights of the Apocalypse has just been discovered. And this new information could prove to be useful in their mission to hunt down and destroy these 4 knights. Ironside is there at the meeting as well, as are a bunch of other cool and creepy looking knights. Some sort of dark wizard guy who is hiding his appearance behind a cloak reveals that the 4 Knights of the Apocalypse are all young boys at this point in time. And they have some clues on who each one of them might be. One is a boy with holiness and evil in his eyes. This is definitely Tristan, since he has different colored eyes and his parents are a goddess and a demon. One is a mysterious lad with no fixed appearance. One is a boy bearing gold colored magic, and the final one is a child with wing-like hair. This final one is obviously Percival, but I'm not sure about the other 2. Lancelot has gold colored hair, but is he the one who has gold colored magic? And then what about the one with no fixed appearance? Is he or she someone who can change their appearance like King could, so maybe that's King and Deanne's son or daughter? My guess is probably yes, but we'll have to wait and see. It's also highly likely that this fox is somehow connected to Bon and Lancelot, since Bon is the fox's sin of greed. I don't think it's a coincidence that this mysterious fox appeared when it did, and once we learn the fox's name, it becomes even more suspicious. Another interesting point is that there seems to be a group out there somewhere that opposes these Holy Knights of Camelot, and this group is also looking for the 4 Knights of the Apocalypse. The Holy Knights of Camelot are determined to find the 4 first before their opponents can get their hands on the mysterious Knights of Prophecy. After that big meeting, Pelgart and Ironside have a little chat outside. Ironside claims that he thought he had killed Percival, but Pelgart is suspicious. Ironside is known as Ironside the Assassin, so it's very sus that he somehow failed to take out one of his targets, and what do you know, that particular target turned out to be his own son. Pelgart tells Ironside that Percival is indeed alive and that he has impressive talents. According to Pelgart, killing Percival would be a waste, and they should just bring him under their wing instead. But Ironside insists that Percival must be killed. He is not just a threat to King Arthur. As one of the Knights of the Apocalypse, he is a threat to the entire world. According to the prophecy, the 4 Knights of the Apocalypse are going to destroy the world. Again, I'm not buying it, but let's move on. Back on top of the dragon's spine, Percival refuses to accept what the fox is saying. He is not going to become some world-destroying knight. The fox claims that the prophecy is 100% true, but he doesn't really care either way. The fox was ordered by someone to bring Percival along with him, and he knows exactly where Percival's father is. He is in Camelot. Percival obviously doesn't know anything about Camelot, so the fox explains that it is a kingdom which was destroyed 16 years ago. King Arthur, Merlin, and their loyal followers went into hiding, and although Camelot still exists, you cannot get there by normal means. This must be referring to that Chaos Realm. Camelot is currently located inside some sort of special realm created by Chaos Power, so there must be some special way of actually reaching it. The fox says that in order to reach Camelot, you need to travel to the kingdom of Leones first, and Percival agrees to follow the fox to Leones. The fox then reveals that its real name is Sin, and along with Donnie, the two of them set out on the long 200-mile journey to Leones. Whoa! I don't know about you guys, but I loved these latest chapters, and this is getting really good. The first 3 chapters were solid, but these latest chapters have taken it up to a whole new level, in my opinion, and I am excited. I can't wait to find out what's really going on with King Arthur, Merlin, and Camelot, and not only that, but we are going to Leones. You know what that means. We are definitely going to see some of our old friends from the original series again very soon, and that is awesome. Also, the fact that this fox's name is Sin, come on! This fox has to be connected to Bon somehow, and I can't wait to find out what that connection is. Definitely let me know what you guys think. Did King Arthur really turn evil, or is there some trickery going on? Also, are the 4 Knights of the Apocalypse really going to destroy the world? Personally, I think that's BS, or at least it's really misleading. They are not going to destroy the world, but maybe they are going to destroy the status quo and change the world for the better, or something like that. This all reminds me of the beginning of the 7 Deadly Sins. At first, the Sins were portrayed as dangerous outlaws and traitors, but they turned out to be the good guys who were framed by the bad guys. I'm guessing some similar bait and switch will happen with this prophecy and the Knights of the Apocalypse. So, are you guys enjoying the story as much as I am, and are you excited to see what happens next? Are you excited for Leonis? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more 7 Deadly Sins and Knights of the Apocalypse videos right here on the channel, please leave a like to let me know. It really does help. And if you're new to AnimeUproar, or maybe you watch our videos but you haven't subscribed yet, make this the video that you subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications. You really have to go through the trouble of subscribing, hitting that bell, and then selecting the option that says all. It's annoying, but unless you do that, you're still gonna miss a ton of our videos, even if you are subscribed. It's just how YouTube works. You can also hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at AnimeUproar. A big thank you to all of our AnimeUproar patrons for making videos like this one possible. Special thank you to Alpha Sigma, disciple of Lord Twigo himself. And I can't forget all of our The One tier patrons, the ones who rise above all other clans, including Ingrata, The World, A Quiet Respect, Pate Heffa, Liam Thompson, Aljatal, Dr. Courtman, Johnny Boy Draws, Emperor Otaku, Spidey Life Tanel, Baked Buddhist, and Tungsten Tarkus. Finally, thank you also to our Pro Hero tier patrons, including the one and only Gilgamesh, Steelers, Angel Cruz, Anatoly Kazatsky, Joe Stanton, Very Gucci, Jessica Calafond, Rathuin Deora, Alicia Octor, Bonnie Parks, Hinokami and Water, The Red-Haired Raven, Joanne Garcia, Jack Watches Anime, Fatboy Games, Ted No Ted, Deadly Saint, Matthew Cruz, and Anthony Schreiber. If you enjoy our videos and you feel that they provide value for you, consider supporting us on Patreon. Even a single dollar will give you access to our patron exclusive Discord, and your name will appear in our videos along with these amazing people. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.